Narlord here, and we're back at it again for another YouTube video. Today, we're taking a look at this week's Twab, so let's go ahead and hop right in. So this week at Bungie for January 27th. This week at Bungie, we kind of kicked a lot of butt, took some names, made grass prettier, and unbanned some folks. Hey, Guardian, come here often? You can't see it, but I'm totally doing a very alluring eyebrow wiggle, but an EXO, it's fantastic. Anyway, it's our weekly chance at a Twab-tastic good time and maybe a few more hidden Easter eggs for those that liked finding them in previous blog posts. But alongside bad jokes and cute secret messages, we actually do have real game things to discuss. We've got some ritual reputation changes in HDR, settings revamp, an update on BattleEye, and absolutely nothing to do with Telesto. So, without further ado, let's jump right into things. Ritual, Vanguard, and Crucible, oh my. We have more than a few interesting things on the horizon, including updates for ritual reputations, trials, and those oddly satisfying Nightfalls. When reviewing player feedback, it was clear a few tweaks were necessary, including the revolution of Vanguard Ops, so we put on our big people pants and got to work. Here's where we are right now. Ritual reputations. Looking at the data for Season 15, Guardians were approaching the new Vanguard ranks differently than what our models initially assumed. According to findings, players were running more Vanguard strikes than anticipated and were optimizing for the new activity streak at a lower rate as well. We used the data from the Season of the Lost to adjust the model to be more accurate with the actual behavior, and then we retuned everything to bring the average gain more in line with Crucible. For Season 16, expect increased Vanguard reputation on completion, activity streak amounts, Nightfall multipliers, and Nightfall completion quality bonuses. Vanguard reputation gain should be approximately twice as fast for most players, with the ability to optimize even faster by playing higher difficulty Nightfalls and utilizing the activity streak more. Similarly, Trials of Osiris was about 30% slower than anticipated while not having an accelerated gain when higher ranks are achieved. We also felt like we were not valuing winning rounds enough, especially players getting a 20-round win and at 7 ticket wins. We've added a small amount of Trials reputation at match end for every round won in the match, which increased based on how many ticket wins a player has. At the top end, each round won awards 21 reputation up to 105 extra reputation a match. This ideally speeds up Trials reputation gain by 50% or more for players who do not regularly reset their tickets in an attempt to go flawless. While we were not able to give an accelerated reputation gain for higher ranks in the Witch Queen for technical reasons, look for more news on that sometime later in the year. Also, here's a quick preview of a returning Trials reward for next season. There's another weapon in the pipe, but we'll leave that for you to discover when Trials returns in the Witch Queen. All right, guys, so it looks like we're getting Summoner back. That's really, really cool. I know we were kind of expecting that to happen the last time we got an auto rifle, but looking pretty cool to be getting Summoner back. So there's a nice picture of it. So what about the things we aren't changing yet? We're happy with the speed of Crucible reputation gain, though we may look at this gain alongside Iron Banner vendor changes in the future. Gambit reputation gain was about 30% slower than desired, but with the Gambit revamp coming, thank God, in the Witch Queen, we would like a full season to analyze playstyles and patterns before making any changes. More details on that coming in a future TWAB. Oh yeah, that's right. We also are not currently making any changes to the activity streak system or the placement of the ritual weapon ornaments. We have heard your feedback on it and don't believe it's currently meeting our design goals. It is intended to feel like a nice bonus for dedicated players, but rarely feel critical. Right now, it can sometimes feel too punishing to leave a ritual playlist, but this is being partially driven by Gambit/Vanguard reputations moving slower than intended, combined with the ritual ornaments being on the second reset. Yeah, that's a little bit rough when you have to reset Gambit twice to get that ritual weapon. It can get kind of annoying. We want to see how the tweaks to Vanguard reputation changes playstyle and hourly gain before we make any changes across the board. Lastly, we know how annoying it is to not remember which reputation bonus is active by Thursday or Friday. Starting in the Witch Queen, when double ranks or rewards are active, those activities will have a modifier on the launch screen to remind you. Big things really do come in small packages. That's what she said. Vanguard Ops. As we discussed in an earlier TWAB, the Season 13 Battlegrounds activities have been added to the Strike playlist, and this playlist has been renamed Vanguard Ops. I think that sounds pretty dope. As a reminder, the 4 new battlegrounds coming in the new season are Behemoth on Nessus, Oracle on Nessus, Hailstone on Europa, and then Foothold on Cosmodrome. The actual battlegrounds activities are the direct launch / no champion version of the battleground, as these match the length and difficulty of most of the strikes in the playlist. Any bounties, quests, triumphs, or challenges used to reference strikes now reference Vanguard Ops instead. All right. Nightfall. We have been slowly iterating on the pressures and challenges we apply at each of the Nightfall difficulty ranks. One big outlier was a strike-specific modifier with damage boosts and other effects that enhance boss attacks. While some of them were cool and fun, who doesn't like getting yeeted 5 miles by Cydia? They were generally inconsistent and were pushing tactical play more than the intended build crafting. So we have removed these from Nightfall starting at Hero. All right. We also added a new style of burn called Acute, which will increase player damage taken from a specific element by 50% and increase player damage done by 20%. Most Nightfalls already have a 25% damage received modifier, so this will be across the board increase with 25% in both directions for that element. What I'm interested to see here about this is I would like to see what happens with our resist mods. I mean, if they're literally doubling it, right? So another 25% on top of the 25% we are already taking. So interested to see what that does to our resist mods. So it sounds like on one hand, Nightfalls are going to be getting easier just because of the boss fights, but yeah, we're getting more damage done. You know, I don't know. Gonna be interesting. Secondly, we're removing the seasonal strike modifiers they were introduced in Season 15 from the Vanguard playlist and Nightfalls. These are unique buffs and boosts that aid you if you lean into the combat themes of the season. For Season 16, they are themed to glaive and void usage. Yeah, so fingers crossed we actually get Oppressive Darkness back. That was fantastic, and I can't wait for that to come back next season. Like I said, fingers crossed. So these rotate weekly and appear on all Hero, Legend, and Master Nightfalls. We look forward to your feedback on these as we continue to iterate. And here's a quick preview of some sweet loot that you'll be able to earn in Nightfalls next season. All right, so we have a new auto rifle there, and we also have the new sniper rifle. I didn't really use either of these two weapons very much back in the past. From what I understand, the sniper rifle's pretty solid, and then now with the buffs that auto rifles are getting next season, I'm looking forward to using that auto rifle as well. I think it looks just pretty damn cool. We also have been iterating on how we communicate the shield present in the strike if match game is on. So yeah, it looks like now. Especially like Legend and Master, well, it's saying right here, like the Legend and Master Lost sectors, all Nightfall activities now have the modifier lists in the shield. So it is super unfortunate when you get to the very end of a Nightfall and then your team encounters an arc shield and you don't have an arc weapon. We should know, ahead of time, but hey, no one's perfect. I know I've done that myself. So that will be fixed. It'll list all of the shields before you even start the strike, and that is fantastic. Lost sectors. When we introduced Legend and Master Lost sectors in Beyond Light, we were forced to split the daily Legend and Master Lost sectors locations because there is no way to select difficulty within the public bubble. Thanks to some fresh tech built for the upcoming Witch Queen campaign, this limitation is now removed. All right, that is pretty cool. There is now a single daily Lost sector, which has both Legend and Master difficulties available at the same time. So that's nice. So you'll be able to select which difficulty right at the very beginning of that Lost sector. And so, no more having to try to figure out where the damn Lost sectors are. But yeah, you can just grab one, and then both of those Lost, or the one Lost sector is going to just reward one exotic piece. So that is nice. Very excited for that. All right, Crucible. While we don't have any specific changes to talk about with the Crucible for Iron Banner in this TWAB, we would like to address the longer respawn times we implemented in the 30th anniversary patch and then removed a few days ago. When we originally implemented this change, we were hoping it would spread out the pace of combat and reduce the number of times players spawned in and were immediately killed by the same super, that is, wipe them out. Despite the initial intention, feedback has shown that this wasn't the best solution for the issues and we were trying to solve. When we looked at the data, we saw unclear mixed messages, partially because we implemented that change at the same time as a large ability tuning and at the start of the Dawning. So kills per minute were slightly down in modes with longer respawns. Team scores, Delta went up a little. Match duration went up slightly in Control and Iron Banner, but not in Clash. Inversely, Mercy rates are down in Control and Iron Banner, but up in Clash. That's actually kind of interesting. The rate at which players quit went up slightly when these changes were introduced, but almost immediately came back down. In Control, 10% more games ended due to time. In Iron Banner, 5% more games ended due to time. But in Freelance Iron Banner, 5% games ended due to time. Okay. When looking at both feedback and analytics and seeing little definitively positive, it was the obvious choice to revert Crucible respawns back to the original values. So that's nice that they tried something, obviously didn't work, and they're moving right back to the way it was before. So that is cool. Good guy, Bungie. HDR needs love too. All right, Destiny is a beautiful game, I would agree. And we want our players to enjoy the majesty in all its glory. Our resident magical space wizards, aka the Destiny devs, have cooked up some amazing new solutions to take the adventures we love and make it even more stunning. Thanks to some new updates to our high dynamic range HDR implementation. Here's what you need to know about HDR changes launching next month with the Witch Queen. Okay, so this will be interesting, especially for people that stream or record that kind of stuff. So Windows 10 and up, Windows HDR is now supported. Okay, to use windowed HDR, players must have the in-game HDR option enabled in Windows 10 configuration to have it use HDR enabled for the specific display. When playing Destiny in windowed HDR, the game will automatically swap between HDR and SDR if the window moves to display without HDR support. All players SDR or HDR that use software OBS on Windows 10 and up with window capture ensure the capture method is set to Windows graphic capture, or capturing will display a black screen. The bit built, I'm not sure what that is, setting will continue to work with previous version of Windows. All right, so I'm over here on Mac alone on an island, so I'm not sure if that's going to affect me or not, but I guess we'll have to find out, when it happens. So Windows 10 and up, windowed full screen should now provide the same or better performance compared to exclusive full screen. Under the hood, Destiny now uses the DXGI flip model on Windows 10 and up. Dig it and want to learn more? Check out. Okay, so yeah, so if you're really into that kind of stuff, go ahead and, click right there. Otherwise, we are moving on because I don't know what we're talking about. Other than HDR. Screenshots are now supported when playing in HDR on PC. All right, that's pretty cool. So you can go ahead and screenshot, and that'll be in HDR, and the display calibration improvements on all platforms. So players in HDR will see an updated calibrations UI screen to adjust their settings. And that does look absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, Destiny is just a beautiful game, and anything we can do to make it look better, I'm all for. HDR calibration settings have been updated with friendly functionality to accommodate the wide range of HDR display capabilities and viewing environments. SDR and HDR calibration settings are no longer stored account-wide, and old settings have been reset. Display calibration settings are now stored per platform: PC, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, PS4, PS5, and Stadia. Is anyone playing on Stadia? I haven't looked at the stats on that for a little while. Last I heard, it was a little laggy, but either way, you're getting HDR. SDR brightness now settings no longer affect the game when playing in HDR, and then Xbox players going through new account boot flow will no longer be incorrectly shown the SDR calibration screen if HDR is active. All right, so we need to talk about Bruno. The community team continues to grow into an even more awesome bunch of lovable nerds, and we are stoked to add yet another one to our ranks. We heard the LATAM community loud and clear about representation, and we honored that immediately through Bungie bounties. Very cool. Now we're excited to add a new community manager to our ranks that hails from Spain. So we need to talk about Bruno. So let's do just that. Bruno, hola mundo. I'm Bruno, and I still can't believe I'm joining the Bungie community team as the new community manager for Southern Europe and Latin America. The world is filled with awesome and passionate guardians, and it will be my honor to serve you however you need. I know there are a lot of players to meet and a lot of places to be, but if hunters are known for something, it's for having allies in every corner and for always being on the go. So, I'm ready for the mission. Now, don't give me that look. I might main an Arc Strider, but I love my 3 Guardian classes equally. I'm always jumping between them and trying new strats while raiding and playing Trials with friends. Using weird but effective builds is one of my favorite things to do in the game. I can't wait to experience all the incredible things that are coming in Destiny 2 along with you, both as an avid player and as your new community manager. If you're a content creator, a veteran clan leader, or a new light, please feel free to reach out to me on Twitter. I want to know what your Guardians look like, what you expect from me as a CM, what you think your local communities need, and of course, I want to hear all your ideas about how the game we love can keep getting better. Oh, and memes. Send them my way too. All right. Nos vemos por la torre, Guardians. I don't speak Spanish. It's like the Banhammer, only not security update. All right, so we've been experimenting with anti-cheat measures through the years, and more tinkering is on the way. Because this is all super complicated and very precise, we have our incredible security team here to lay out what's been going on with some player bans and what's next on the docket for BattleEye. Team, Regular reviews of our processes, technology solutions, and community feedback are key elements to Bungie's approach to security for its game. Today, we are taking another step in our ongoing security journey at Bungie. With the launch of Season 15, the Bungie Product Security Organization began utilizing the BattlEye Security Suite. We are pleased to say that the security system has provided us with a monumental leap forward in our ability to monitor attacks that threaten Destiny operation and the player experience. It effectively prevents many actions from those who attempt to harm Bungie's goal of building a community around our games that we can all be proud of. Its success protecting Destiny 2 has allowed us to safely review technologies and practices that were previously deemed too risky in the product of our players. In December 2021, we began a survey of risky behaviors that we felt were mitigated by BattlEye. In December 2021, we began a survey of risky behaviors that we felt were mitigated by BattlEye. Based on the review, we identified 68 players that were banned in association with the use of Process Hacker since August 2021. Of those, 61 players were identified as having no other indicators they were attempting to attack Destiny 2. These players were unbanned as of January 24th. Actually, I think I might know one person on that list. I'm going to have to double check. We expect this will not be the last time we unban players who were previously banned for security concerns. However, our efforts to review and improve our product security practices and methods mean the unbans will be the result of disciplined investigation and our ever-evolving understanding of the risk to Bungie, Destiny 1, Destiny 2, and ultimately to our players. The process will take time, and we thank you for your patience as we work to improve our games and experiences with them. Signed, Program Manager, Bungie Product Security. All right, next is, don't forget to ask, how's PSR? The player support team is back at it with another update. This time, the team is digging into an issue with real names as Bungie names, which reward should be claimed before the Witch Queen, and a few other small tidbits that we thought you should know. But enough talk from me, let's give it up to our capeless heroes. This is their report. All right, so we've got a list of known issues, help forums, and then Bungie help on Twitter right there. So, Bungie names. Since the Bungie name feature went live, players have been asking when they can change their name. We are investigating a way for players to change their Bungie name in a future attempt, and we are currently targeting a date close to when the Witch Queen launch date. Okay, so that's nice. I got a couple people that I know are going to want to change their name like immediately because I keep calling them Guardian 0640. So that'll be nice for them. Upon an investigation into a player's real name being used for the Bungie name, we have determined that the issue occurs when the player sets up a Steam account with the email containing their name, doesn't change their Steam account name upon activation, so it takes on the email address name, and then doesn't add in a Steam display name. If Steam doesn't have a display name, our Bungie name feature will take the Steam account name as to use their Bungie name instead. All right, interesting. All right, so claim rewards before February 22nd. Players should claim the following rewards before the Witch Queen launches, otherwise they will be lost forever. All right, Bungie rewards, Season Pass items, Shaxx Crucible rewards, Drifter Gambit rewards, Zavala rewards, Season Vendor rewards, Gunsmith reputation items, clear out your Gunsmith, please, seasonal seals, and rewards. Certain seasonal seal, title triumphs, and rewards require multiple weeks to fully complete, so players who want to obtain these rewards should begin the process of unlocking them this week. So you're running out of time, basically. We're less than a week away. For activities, reward, quests, and more that are entering the Destiny Content Vault, please click here. All right, so known issues. So there is a few known issues here. You can go ahead and click there if you're interested. We already know there's a few of them. The number one thing that I keep seeing is the hand cannon thing. Kind of just a weird glitch that's in the game. Not really sure why, but... All right, guys, so right here you've got some movie of the week information, so if you want to go ahead and watch all these movies. We got Caden one here, and then we got Solas. It's interesting. Okay. So anyways, guys, we've got some movies of the week here, so if you want to go ahead and hop in and watch those, go right ahead. It looks like we got a little bit of stuff on Twitter here, and then we got plenty of art. So this piece of art, I saw actually DMG retweeted it. That's actually really, really cool. It's got, the Witch Queen and a gunslinger there. That is pretty dope. And then you got Aldrin Sov here. Looks like he's hiding from an ogre. All right, guys, so wrapping up here, we're less than a month away from the launch of the Witch Queen and showing Miss Savathun who is boss. The excitement is real, and the team can't wait to hear your thoughts on what's coming in hot. For those that may need a little refresher, feel free to mosey over to our product page centered around the next expansion to make sure that you're all caught up on and ready to rock. Buckle up, kids. We're going on an adventure. Stay tuned, and in the meantime, stay fresh and be kind. See you soon. I should go hippie. All right, guys, so... that's your Twab. Nothing crazy juicy in there, but, a lot of information as always. Obviously, I think the known issues thing, we can click there and take a look at that later. But But yeah, the new guns, interesting. We're getting some new Nightfall weapons next season, another sniper rifle and an auto rifle. Pretty excited about the auto rifle, to be honest with you. And it looks like we get another auto rifle for Trials, and then one more Trials weapon as well. So I don't know what that's going to be, but I'm excited. I never got a summoner, so that's going to be pretty cool to get a hold of. All right, guys, well, that's going to about wrap it up for us here. You can catch me live on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, or Fridays on Destiny 2 on Twitch. So twitch.tv/iNarlord, and I'll go ahead and have that down in the description below. Feel free to go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and we will be back here next week with another video. Thanks for stopping by. See you.